So this is the Hagia Sophia. It was built in 537 by Justinian after the Nika riots, which burned about a third of the city and ended up with 30,000 people dead, most of them in the Hippodrome where we just saw. The name Hagia Sophia means Church of the Divine Wisdom. It only took about 5 years to build. And then in 1453 it was converted to a mosque. Then in 1934 Ataturk had it converted into a museum. So let's take a look inside. And here we are inside. It's incredible. It's really hard to believe this was built in the 6th century. So a lot of the parts to build the Hagia Sophia came from pagan temples, and I believe these are the actual columns that were taken from the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, which is one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world. And this is the spot where the Byzantine emperors were coronated. Hey you guys, we've got celebrity sighting. This is the famous Hagia Sophia cat. Psst, psst, psst. So these are the ramps to the upper gallery, and they believe they're not stairs, they're ramps because the empresses would come up here, and they were so heavy, their dresses were so heavy from all the jewels that the ramps were just easier to manage than stairs. And here's a view from the upper galleries. This is where the Empress would sit. And here we have some Viking graffiti from the 9th century. Basically, it says Halfdan was here. Now you may be wondering why Vikings would have been in a church in the 9th century. Well, you know how in the popes have the Swiss guard guarding them. Well, the Byzantine emperors had elite Viking guards, mercenaries really, guarding them. So there you have it, people being bored in church since the 9th century. So here is an 11th century mosaic with Christ in the middle, and on the right is Empress Zoe, who was one of 3 women to actually rule the Byzantine emperor in her own right. On the right is her husband, Constantine the Ninth. Well, at least his head. She was married 3 times, so they got tired of replacing the entire mosaic, so they just replaced his head. So that's really the head of her third husband on the body of her first husband.